Hello and welcome back to Good Teams Win, Great Teams Cover for part 3 of our Fix Your Franchise series. And this time we're actually dealing with a playoff team, and we're joined by the wonderful Paul Hope of 49er Faithful UK over on Instagram, Twitter. Paul's on Twitter himself as well. Go check him out. Great fan group in the UK. Paul's attended a couple of Paul from Good Teams Win has attended a couple of their events. Not always brought the best of luck, as he tends to not. But Paul, how are you doing?
No, thanks for having me on, buddy. It is a bit random that Paul, as a Dallas Cowboys fan, attends quite a lot of the 49er Faithful UK meetups. But as we were chatting off air, the NFL community in the UK is a big reason of what I do. And when you guys reach out and ask us to come and support, I always clear the diary. But yeah, Paul has had some wins, but he tends to have more losses. So maybe that's his ulterior motive.
Yeah, I think every fan group, once they get wind of Paul's win record, will be the red carpet won't be getting rolled out because he seems to bring bad luck with him wherever he goes. But hopefully that changes in 2026. And yeah, it's one of the things that I moved to the US 8 years ago now, and it didn't quite have that meetup element of the groups then, and you see it now. A couple of the guys from, I think, Dynasty Island are hosting a fan event. I think in August, loads of drafts and such like. And I'm like, oh man, if that was there when I lived there, maybe I wouldn't have moved to America. I mean, I still would have done. But yeah, I think it's so cool. It's very inclusive and everyone's just so excited about it. I love all the different team pods you get over in the UK now. And obviously led by our wonderful 49er Faithful UK. So what we're going to do is in this series, we are going to be the GM, or more to point, Paul, you are going to be the GM. John Lynch can go back and play safety for the Bucks, maybe chill out somewhere. You and Kyle are going to be hand in hand. Going to manage the roster all the way through free agency, which starts next week. We've got trades already happening in earnest over the Texans. The 49ers coming to it 38.8 million in cap room. And I noticed, is this? Oh, we are scrolling, sorry. It does have smart suggestions available for us now in this stick to the model. This is sticktothemodel.com. We've used it for our program so far. I love it. So we've got some cuts that they kind of recommend we can make. If you'd like to look at these, or would like to just start at the top of the franchise.
So yeah, I had a little play with this stick to the model. You referenced me being the GM. Every 49ers fan knows Kyle Shanahan is king of the castle. He makes all the decisions. So this program might be a little bit sparse if we were sticking to those rules, but no, we are going to have a little play with this. So, I mean, when I was practicing this afternoon before the cuts, I went to the restructure candidates you've got there. So the big talking point is Trent Williams.
Absolutely.
Watch the Niners this year, Byron, you'll know offensive line is a position of need. He is getting up there at 39 years of age, but he's a Hall of Famer. I'm not getting rid of Trent Williams. So I restructured all three of those contracts, which gave me some more spending money when I was doing this afternoon. Because we're going to keep Bosa, we're going to keep Purdy. And Trent Williams, I think the talk about the 39 million cap hit this year, I think when they did that contract, it was in the expectation we'd have had a Super Bowl ring, and he might have went off into the sunset, where I think you might see like a 2-year extension and some of that money moved around.
I think that makes sense. And I often say, I said this with our Cowboys fix your franchise with RJ we had last week. Jerry Jones can afford it. The 49ers ownership group can afford it. If they end up losing money on the back end, that's absolutely okay. You don't get rid of Hall of Fame players. And I don't think, maybe I'm wrong, I don't know if the 49ers have a more important player than Trent Williams. Maybe CMC for all he does, but Birdie, Mac Jones can do a reasonable Brock Purdy impression. Nick Bosa obviously is a huge loss when he's not there, but you can kind of engineer packages of blitzing, etc. Trent Williams is just the Don.
Yeah, I mean, it goes back to, if you go back to before Kyle and John took over, the 49ers were in a mess, and the key thing that goes through this franchise is players like Trent Williams. He's a foundational piece. He's part of the furniture. So you're not getting rid of that. And like you've just said there, money isn't the answer, isn't the object for Jed York. So yeah, I'm definitely not getting rid of him. I knew that was going to come up early on, so I thought we'll cross that one off.
Perfect. So that's obviously, like you said, got some money. We've gone from 38 million to 77 million. So plenty to play with here. We do have these tag candidates. Juwan Jennings would be 30 million, give or take. Bryce Huff 27.3. I'm going to guess those aren't getting tagged.
Yeah, I mean, I love Juwan Jennings, certain Juwans we call him, but we're not now. But you're not paying that for Jennings. You go younger and cheaper in the draft at those. And as much as we do need help on the edge again. Yeah, I'm not paying that money when the draft we're about to get into is very heavy with edge rushers. So yeah, I was leaving them well alone.
Absolutely. And we've got these cap cuts here they're recommending. So D Winters, we can say 3.7.
I'm keeping Winters. I'm keeping Brown at the moment. I will get rid of Eli Apple because I don't think he set the world alight.
No,
and I think we'll get rid of Zekel because I don't think, I know it's a position of need, but they're the two that I cut earlier on.
Perfect. I think you're not losing much with those two when you're getting a little bit of money, up to 79.6. And why is my scrolling not working? There we go. So any other extensions we want to dish out, Paul, or restructures? Fred Warner's got a long time left. Kittle with his Achilles, a long time left.
There wasn't any that jumped off the page when I was looking down. Obviously, like you said, I had the smart suggestions and all the players that I was looking at. I mean, I don't know whether this model will allow us to look at trading because you mentioned Mac Jones.
Yeah.
As much as I loved Mac when he came in, I think he showed how much we missed Purdy. And I think Mac Jones in Kyle's system, and I think you're seeing that around the NFL at the moment. We've hyped his price up, but I think at best we're looking at a third round. Teams aren't banging the door down for Mac Jones. So
yeah. Cool. So we'll go into the trade section next, which comes up just before free agency. As I've seen in real life, Texans already making moves before free agency opens. So Cardinals have offered Michael Wilson for a bunch of picks, a 3-4-4, I think that'll be. Keyshawn Boutte for similar. Josh Downs. People think you need wide receivers, I think. Trey Tucker for not much, but, it's Trey Tucker. Tony, I'm going to reject Tony Pollard. We're not paying $10 million for a backup running back. Sorry to interrupt on your behalf there.
No. I like that. I like that, buddy.
Cole Kmet as well. I don't think he's pick 58. They're having a laugh. Dawson Knox isn't getting in the lineup even if George Kittle isn't there, so let's disregard those. What Calvin is over the hill. Sorry, I'm doing your job a little here, but there's a lot to get through.
I mean,
stupid ones.
Wilson, I was smirking because Lee Gowland, who was the president of the 49er Faithful UK, is a massive Stanford fan. And he was gutted when Wilson landed in division. But I'm not giving the draft.
It's a lot.
Is a crapshoot, basically. And the picks are more important at this time before because you're hoarding that potential. So at the moment, the ones you've showed me, you do my job. I'm not accepting any of those, to be fair, buddy.
So all of these, Trey Tucker is easy no, Josh Downs easy no, and Keyshawn Boutte. We don't need to go shopping for Boutte. Should we try and see if we can get Mac Jones out of town?
Yeah, let's see what we can get for Mac because there's a lot of. I mean, Kyle Shanahan might be getting excited. Justin Fields, I believe, is just being cut by the Jets.
Oh, has that gone through? Yeah.
Could we maybe see the whole circle of Lance, Jones, and Fields? We just need Zach Wilson to come in. Then we've got all of them, I think. But let's see what they offer us.
Why is let me zoom out a little here. I think maybe it's a zoom issue. There we go. So we'll offer the Mac Jones to the Jets, see if they're interested. Like you said, they've just got a vacancy.
Yeah, for us, we need to emphasize the draft. Obviously, Purdy's contract's hitting. So when you've got your franchise quarterback on a major contract, the Niners need to do better in the draft. So that's another reason why I'm not giving those draft picks away.
Well, 44, so mid-second.
Ooh, I said a third at the start. So in the interest of speeding this up, let's just take that one. Because obviously I don't want to...
This is me offering it. Yeah, they've took it. Perfect. So, I thought, because kind of, as I'll be Kyle Shanahan to your John Lynch here, but you've actually got the keys. I think if you don't get a second, you just keep him as a backup.
Yeah.
I think kind of how I viewed it. I think if you can get a second, you snap a hand off. Third, maybe you do it. And maybe like a conditional third next year on top. Like, if he starts 10 games, you get an extra third. But I think if you get pick 44 from the Jets, you say, yeah, thank you very much. And that is nice capital to get another wide receiver, edge rusher, like you say, maybe that O-line. Plenty there.
He's only got 1 year left on his contract, and as much as he brought the vibes, and he did well. I'm not going to say he didn't, but I think
when you have your quarterback.
But when Purdy came back, it showed that there's levels in this game. And yes, I'm biased as a Niners fan, but a fully healthy Purdy was just another tier or two above the Mac Jones of this world.
Absolutely. And I'm not a biased Niners fan. And I think Brock Purdy is kind of perennially underrated because he was a Mr. Irrelevant. I think that lingers on quarterbacks, especially longer than it ever should. If he was any good, he would have been a first round pick, blah, blah, blah. It's just nonsense. And I think, Brock Purdy showed it at the end of last year, and he's shown it plenty of times before that he's not just a system guy. He can sling the piss out the ball, and he can read defenses. He's a really good player. Anyone else going to try and look to move here? I think Brandon Ayuk is still technically on the contract. Do you want to see if we can get rid of his contract?
Yeah. He's not playing for the Niners. I mean, John Lynch himself said,
literally,
basically. I mean, that's a downside of this business game. Everyone in the NFL knows that come the league season starting, the Niners are getting rid of Ayuk, which is a shame for how it's ended. But yeah, if we can get anything on this for him.
I think Washington have been like the team linked the most. Like I say, I think we'll take pretty much anything. What we've got 2026, pick 197, maybe gets it done.
And obviously gets rid of his contract. I mean, all jokes aside, he's shared some alarming things on social media. So first of all, I hope he's okay as a person. But yeah, it is a shame how it ended.
It really is, such a talented route runner, and like he tacks the ball really well. I just don't quite know what happened after it was his ACL injury, wasn't it? Just never seemed to quite get back on the same plane as the Niners. And we're not even going to blame the substation. I think something in his life maybe changed or something. But yeah, I think you'd come out of this really happy. I think if this time next week you've got an extra second and Brandon Ayuk's officially off the books, like say even pick 197. And hopefully it turns around for him in Washington, not necessarily as a Dallas fan, but as a human element, like you say. It would be good to see him have a good few years of his career, even if it's not in San Fran. It'd be with Debo as well.
Well, actually not. Debo might be coming back, mightn't he? Because Washington, I don't think are picking up Debo's contract. So, I mean, to answer your question, as a Niners fan, we never get a quiet off-season. Obviously, this year we've already started with Trent Williams. Ayuk, I think the problem was, as most wide receivers, he wanted his deal and he wanted it done early, and it dragged on. If it's to be believed, he was pretty much on his way to the Steelers until Shanahan sprinted up the stairs and basically said, pay him. But I think that left a bit of a linger, and then he was turning up at training and he wasn't really fully switched on, and then he got injured, and it was a horrific injury. And then as my time as an NFL fan, I've never seen a player give up that much money. You know, the fact that we've been able to avoid his money and he hasn't seemed to fight it. Even the NFL PA said he could have fought his corner a bit more, and he didn't. So whether he's betting on himself to get cut and then, go get paid again in free agency, I don't know.
Very peculiar, like you say, though. But that's how a trade's done, unless you have anyone else in mind.
No, let's...
So we've got plenty to spend. Let's go and attack free agency. And we might see Debo, like you said. We've got our tenders to do. So we've got Jake Tonjes, Edge here, Okeanu.
So I'll keep the top two. Tonjes was good last year, and obviously with Kittle being injured. And I can't pronounce Sam's surname, but again, I think he was decent for the Niners. So we'll go for second round on Sam, and I'll put a first round on that one. That's the right way around.
Perfect. And we've got a restricted on Chase Lucas, not a player I know, I must say. So
no, I'm happy to see him at corner if we need to go. I don't need to take.
Cool. So we'll get rid of the other four. And we'll confirm those tenders, and away we go. So, where do you want to start with? The ones leaving the Niners we can re-sign? Or do you want to head into free agency?
So let's have a little look. What if we try to re-sign Jennings? What's it ask for? Let's have a little look. See what we give. What they're asking
13 million a year is.
I'd be quite happy with that. Yeah, let's make Joanne an offer, because we do definitely need help at receiver. So that was a lot easier than expected.
The salary was a franchise tag 28, so 13 million 3 years. I think that's a great deal. He knows the system so well, and he does everything as well. Like, I don't need to sell you on him, obviously, but one of them again, a player I love watching succeed, because kind of that rookie underdog story, a bit of a scrapper, and I think he really fits the system really well. He fits the attitude of the team really well as well.
So let's have a look at Gross Matos, see what he's after money wise, because he was pretty good last year.
Very little, 3.7 a year, 2 years. Yeah,
I'm happy with that. Yeah,
fantastic. And he comes
Sky Moore, because he was our return man. Let's see what money he's after.
Again, very little, 1.8 on a year. Can do 2 years. We just do a year though. Just keep him year to year as a returner.
Keep it sweet.
Fantastic. Good returner as well.
And then if we go back up, there was Ferrell. Let's see what he's after money-wise. He's an edge.
11.8, 12 million a year.
I wonder if we can knock him down a little bit, which is probably a bit cheeky, but let's have a look and see if he'll take a little bit less.
We'll go 9.5.
Yeah, let's see what he says. No, offer rejected. Let's just leave that at the moment. Kendrick Bourne, let's see what he's after.
8.7.
Oh, I'm not paying that for Kendrick Bourne.
No. You'll get him for half that in October when he's cut. So
yeah,
probably by the Patriots is how it seems to go.
Let's have a little look. There's no more. Oh, let's have a look what Pinnock wants, just for depth at safety. He wasn't too
4 mil.
That seems expensive. Let's knock him down a little bit. Look at me getting in my business head on there. Let's see what he says. He'll probably reject this, but yeah.
He wants his market value.
Yeah, fair dues. No, I'm not at the moment. Oh, Eddie Pinheiro. Oh, God. A lot of talk. He's going to test the market, isn't he? Let's have a look.
Very little to pay, to be fair. So
yeah, I'm taking that.
Let's get steady Eddie in. There we go. Trent Taylor, I didn't know was still in the league. That's incredible to see.
Yeah, we keep him around for George Kittle, don't we? Jordan Elliott is one that I like. Let's have a little look. See what he's after.
3 again.
Yeah, I'm taking that at 3 mil. He was decent for us. It was a bit of a run stuffer, which is what we needed. Kevin Givens again. Yeah, let's have a little look. See what he's after.
5.5.
Oh no, I'm walking away from that. He was decent, but like you said, it might come round. Let's have a look. What's further down on that list?
Yeah, we're not giving him that.
Morstead, the punter. Believe it or not.
You're not getting 3 years, Thomas.
Yeah, let's
4 as well, but 1.3.
Yeah, let's go for that. And Eric Kendricks was pretty surprisingly quite good.
And only 2 mil a year as well.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Absolutely. You always need snaps.
And if you look there, see Deebo Samuel, free agent.
Quite right, there he is. And we still have 57 million to play. We've got a lot of re-signing done there as well. So keeping that a strong structure in place. Bosa signed up, extended. Purdy restructured. Trent Williams restructured. No big losses. So, 57 million to play with. Can take some big swings here, I think. Any position you want to look at first? Or
I mean, we're definitely similar to most teams around the league. We need edge rushers and we need offensive linemen. So let's have a little look, see who's on there. I mean, Trey Hendrickson would be the one that I would love to sign, but let's
he's looking at 20 million off the bat. So,
and most Niners fans want the romance of Joey Bosa, but we can offer teams for trade, can't we? Let's see what the Raiders want for Max Crosby. Let's see if we can do that. All right, actually, we can do that on the next bit. Yeah, sorry.
No, we'll do it here. Just need to go back to the section where it is. Where does it play? Las Vegas,
LV, yeah.
Still have it as Oakland in my head, so it takes a minute for me to remember where I'm going. So they have it as a value at 100. So what is that in terms of we're looking at picks here?
Yeah, so let's add the second round pick just to be cheeky. And then player-wise, let's have a little look, see who we can add as a player. I'm trying to think who the Niners have got, who they might want. None of them, obviously. They'll probably have none of them, will they?
I mean, Puny might be of interest, but Puny's a good starter. It's just he's young and on a rookie contract still, and they need O-line probably more than the Niners do. One of the few teams. I mean, maybe do Michael Williams, but again, he's a young first rounder from last year. Colton McKivitz.
Let's tempt them with J.A. Brown, which I know is probably cheeky. The computer might say no, but we can only add it, can't we? See what they'll come back with.
So second and J.A., let's see what they're saying. Hey, you have acquired a player.
Wowzers.
So we'll maybe do a little restructure as well. Add a Voyager.
Yeah.
Get us some calorie space. Calorie isn't the word. Salary is, though. Get some salary cap room on top of it. So we're back up to 50 million. And we got more in pick compensation from the Jets for Mac Jones, and we gave up for Max Crosby. And it's funny because I've seen the Raiders want a Micah Parsons package for Max Crosby.
Yeah, I've heard that.
I think they've got as much chance as my wife getting a Micah Parsons package for me. So that isn't happening.
To be honest, buddy, at this stage of the draft season, I understand their asking price because,
of course, yeah.
The reason I met Paul and yourselves was the late Dan Harris, who was a legend of Let's Talk Sports, and he was a Jets fan. And me and him used to do a show back in 22 when I ruptured my Achilles tendon, and that was the year where the Jets were rumored to be after Debo, and it was after Debo had come off that class year, and I was like, I want your first round pick. I think they were picking 10th or 11th, and he was like, there's no chance we're giving that up for Debo. And I was like, well, you're not getting our pick then. And as it happened, the draft came, and I think the Niners came out afterwards and said, pre-draft, Debo, we were wanting the first round pick. After that, the price just fell through the roof. And I think that's the same with the Raiders, hence why we've cheekily offered a second round pick for it. The leverage, he's come out and said he wants to leave. So,
and he's not super old, but he's played so many snaps that you're not going to get a first. I don't think you're going to get a first round pick. If you are, it's going to be really late. But I just don't think it's going to happen, truthfully. Especially there's a lot of good edges in this market as well, like we've just talked through. But that does take us out there needing to pay for a top end one, unless you want to get crazy, add Nick Bosa, Max Crosby, and then pay Trey Hendrickson. But that feels a little.
Yeah, that feels a bit cheeky. I mean, there's a lot of talk of Mike Evans, especially now that I've traded away Brandon Ayuk. So let's have a look and see what Evans wants as wide receiver.
He was actually my pick. Niners were my pick for where he ends up as well. So $10 million a year for 1 year. You could do 2 years as well. Doesn't really matter. Same per year.
Yeah, let's make him an offer. Let's go for a 2-year deal. See if he's
he has a 10.8 in place from Miami. You want to bump it up to 11?
Yeah, go on.
I think he'd be such a perfect fit.
Yeah.
Bang. There we go. Mike Evans. So we've got Juwan back. We've got Ricky Pearsall. We've got Mike Evans. Don't know what Kittle's timeline is. I presume he's not going to be ready for week 1. That's a real tough injury. But add CMC in there, and I think you've got a real cooking with gas on those wide receivers. I think Mike Evans is a perfect 49er. That's, like I say, where I picked him to go this soft season as well. So we shall see. Any other receivers want to dive in at? It's a bit of a rough market once you get past the top ones.
No, there's none. Yeah, that he was my one there. And see, Deebo Samuel, the romance in me wants Deebo to come back. But if I'm honest, I would prefer Alec Pierce over Deebo Samuel in the real world. I think he suits what we want. So let's have a look.
25 million.
Yeah, I'm not at the moment. I'm not paying that, but I can see why. Once that Ricky Pearsall is in for a big year. I think Lynch has come up and said, Jacob Cowan, Pearsall, we love those guys, but Cowan hasn't been available, and Pearsall obviously had the huge incident the start last year, and he's demonstrated in flashes the player that we want him to be, but in the NFL the best traits availability, and I think it's a make or break year for him this year. Absolutely,
and he flashes it when he's there. It's just like you say, if you're not there, you're not there. So I loaded up the O-line. I don't know if that's where we wanted to head, but
yes, please, yeah, because I think Spencer Burford is an internal free agent, so it'll be interesting to see how much he wants. Let's have a look.
5 million.
Yeah, let's keep Spencer. Some Niners fans will probably rage at me, but better what you know sometimes. And
absolutely.
What does Ben Barch want?
Very little, 1.8.
Yeah, let's keep him as well. Get a bit of squad.
Yeah, rotation money. That's absolute nothing.
I mean, when you talk to other NFL fans, so I've got a good friend Andy who's a Lions fan, and he's the same. He's saying, we need O-line help. Yourselves, most teams around the league are looking at O-line, and you see the prices that some of them are getting. You can understand.
Absolutely. I mean, you look at the Browns this year. Browns are going to have 5 new whole starters. It isn't pretty in many places.
I mean, how much does Linderbaum want? He's the marquee, isn't he?
He is, yeah. 13.2. I think he's going to get more in real life. I will say, I think he's going to be getting 20-ish, but 13-ish is where we're at here. You want to make an offer?
Make him an offer, yeah.
Bang, there we go.
Spending all my money here, but this is good. But no, I think Shanahan, for some reason, doesn't place a lot of stock in the O-line, which is mad when you look at what Trent Williams' cap it's going to be. But that was kind of a no-brainer. Hall of Famer falls into your lap, and then we've paid him. But if you take him out, there isn't a lot of resource spent on that offensive line. I mean, you mentioned Pooney. He was a rough diamond that we've struck lucky with. And I think the last one we took, McGlinchey, 2018.
Yeah.
Jury was out on whether he was a decent draft pick. And I mean, I know the Broncos paid him. So, I mean, last year, Salah got the keys to the draft and we went very defense heavy. A new coordinator coming into San Francisco this year. I don't know whether we go the same way. I mean, some of the dealings I've just done there, if you don't sign Mike Evans, do you look at a wide receiver 27? If you don't get Max Crosby, do you look at an edge rusher 27? So I know we're going to get into that in a minute. So,
and I think what we've done here with the free agency really well, or you have done really well, is you don't have a need now, especially. So come 27, well, is the best player available? Is it a guard? Is it a tackle? Is it a edge rusher? Is it a corner safety? Why? It doesn't matter. The cupboard isn't empty at any slot, so it gives you that, real, adaptability. You can go whichever direction you want, really. Probably not quarterback, but other than that, really free to go wherever. Still got 19 million in the bank if there's anyone else we're interested in. And it obviously doesn't all need to be spent. There's some of them they want even that as attempt to sign because it's just too much money. The Alec Pierces of the world. Travis Kelce, I don't think that's realistic, so we're not going to entertain that one. Any interest in obviously we've got Jake Tonges, but is there any tight end maybe to fill in pending?
I would say so, but I think obviously we signed
high prices.
Yeah, we signed Ferrell from the
Jacksonville, maybe?
Jacksonville, and obviously I've just re-signed Tonges on there. I think we picked someone up in the draft, but at this stage, I wouldn't be investing money. I mean, Travis Kelce, obviously everyone's gonna, but the edge and
And I'm not paying Dallas at 16 million.
No. And again, the Niners have transitioned a little bit more into more of a passing offense with Brock Purdy, and as you've said, there some of the weapons that I've added. Mike Evans, CMC. If Purcell has a good year, all you need is a tight end to come in and block, basically. And none of these guys, that's not their strength, is it, at the moment?
No, you're quite right. Should we head into the draft then? And we're only going to do one round mock, but we still do our first round pick, despite getting Max Crosby in the building. And like I said, we've even got a additional replacement second with Mac Jones leaving. So start our one round mock draft. Where do we pick? 27, did you say?
27 of the Niners, yeah. So
all right. We'll fly through.
Yeah, dependent on which way it picks. I've seen some people want offensive tackle, some people want a pass rush, some people want wide receiver. I haven't done too many of these mock drafts just yet.
No, and like I say, we've been building up with the Cowboys, Ravens. This is by far the deepest we've gone on these. So I'm not going to confirm that I'll know who these players are. So I don't know where you're on the scouting scale just yet with rookies. But if we just even want to go positionally, I mean, we've got some trade offers here, but I don't think we're going to get anything super exciting at this point. Nothing that would let us make a pick. So we're not going to be able to, move up. We're not going to take Ty Simpson. He might be very good. I have no idea. But we're not taking a quarterback, I'm pretty sure.
So let's have a look at offensive tackle. Let's see who the top player available on offensive tackle is.
Monroe Freeling, who I think had a sick workout over the weekend, if I remember right, over the combine weekend. I just remember seeing his name, so he must have had a good one. 6'7", 315, Georgia.
So the two on my list were Caden Proctor from Alabama, basically as the heir apparent to Williams, but I think he's gone. And Francis Mayogo from Miami, again, a massive, powerful tackle who he fits our scheme, basically. But again, if his name's not on there, he might have gone, you see. Let's have a little look.
I don't see him unless he's listed as a guard, maybe?
Yeah, I'm not taking him. If you have to scroll down, then let's have a little look. So let's have a look at the pass rush and see who is available on the edge.
32 ranked Akeem Mesido from Miami as well.
No, the one at Miami that I liked was Ruben Bain Jr.
Yeah, I think
That's
he
if he
went
falls,
2.
but obviously he went. Yeah. David Bailey, Texas
Oh,
Tech.
he's a Miami guy, Francis, right?
Yes.
Oh, so it wasn't that he fell. He went to number 6. I just didn't spot him for a while. Who were you saying, Paul? Sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay. David Bailey, Texas Tech was another one, just because his speed stood out when I was doing a little bit of research earlier.
Yeah, he's a Raven, unfortunately.
And then let's have a little look. So my other one was wide receiver, which people might say, why are you going wide receiver, given the needs? And I can't pronounce his name. KC, the lad who's got the stutter.
Oh, he's just gone, yeah. He went 26. Kevin Concepcion, I think that's how I'm reading it. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. But he's literally just gone 26 to the Bills.
And is Genghis Dunker still around, or is he gone as well? See, all my draft crushes are flying off the list here.
You might have to give me a position for Genghis. I don't know.
So he's offensive line.
Okay, cool.
Is Dunker just exactly out?
There he is. Yeah,
there he is. Yeah. Let's just take
available.
him. I liked him, so we'll take
him.
It
Yeah,
might be a bit of a reach.
Picture.
Yeah, well, there's a bit of it, but again, position of need. He's come from can play guard or tackle, so
it's come through Iowa as well, where they're built different. Is that George Kittle's school as well?
It is, yeah. Kittle will be very happy with me. So,
and let them locks, that just screams that he's going to be a fun character, and I think he'll be a friend of George Kittle's immediately.
Yeah,
perfect. Let's hope. No Achilles tear for Dunker, but I think that is if you pardon the pun, a slam dunker of a draft and free agency here. B- I think is ridiculous. I think that's because they've dinged us on future outlook because we move money into the future, but we don't care. We can afford it with the San Francisco 49ers. So we got Tonjes, Samai Kawano, Mac Jones. We've got an extra pick 44 coming up real soon. Brandon Ayuk's out the building. We've got Max Crosby in the building. And here's our updated depth chart. So we've got Mike Evans in now, Tyler Lindenbaum in there, Max Crosby in there.
I mean,
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want to be Michael LaFleur as a first-year head coach in this division, because the Rams aren't getting any worse. The Seahawks are defending champions, and I don't think getting much worse. And the 49ers just got a ton better. So good luck in Arizona, lads. You might need it. I think this could be a rougher first year, but I think this is a sick, an incredible exercise here. Got rid of Eli Apple and Nick there. Got some restructures done to bump up the salary. Still got 19 million to play with if you want to make a trade, with a 2027 pick as the season approaches. But I think this is I'm disputing the B-. I think this is an A+. Job well done, Paul.
No, thanks, buddy. I mean, coming into this one today, I knew it was more about a reload than a full rebuild. And
Absolutely.
I think last year we obviously exceeded expectations. And as most NFL fans, you kind of get into their Super Bowl or bust. And it was devastating to get beat by Seattle and then to watch them win it in our stadium. But, the NFC West last year, like you mentioned there, Seattle, the Rams, Niners. I mean, we were the third best team in our division. But when you look at the last 4 NFC teams standing, there were 3 of them from the NFC West. So if the Niners can draft as well as I've done there, it gives us a fighting chance. But I've enjoyed that. Thanks, buddy.
Absolutely. And I think the biggest thing next year, stay fit.
Yeah.
Knock on wood, cross your fingers, anything else you do for good luck. But, by the end of it, the 49ers were the third best. But the 49ers had about 20 players on IR, if I remember rightly. Fred Warner missed, not to say basically the entire season, but basically the entire season. Nick Bosa missing basically the entire season. And those are such big linchpins on your defense that to make it to the playoffs with that is testament to what was an incredible coaching job by Kyle Shanahan. Obviously, he's had to give GM responsibilities for the day, but incredible job. And you don't see it getting worse anytime soon. So, I think the future is very bright for San Francisco.
No, I appreciate that. But I mean, before we sign off, I did just want to say thank you for having us on, and the shout out to the 49er Faithful UK. The watch parties are something we're very proud of. And 2026 is going to be a big year for the Niners. 2 international games, sadly, none in London. I've been very vocal about that. Wasn't a surprise. The fan engagement team that we work with from Santa Clara have been fantastic with us. So we did have the heads up that the Niners weren't coming to London. I believe there will be an official watch party, which will probably be in London. I don't know yet. But with the Niners, as we've shown on here today, we've got some big decisions, cap, draft. But the goal hasn't changed. And as you said, Seattle is there to be hunted. They've got younger, they've got faster. They've shown what we need to do. I mean, we did beat them week 1. Just get that out there, for the Seattle fans. But hopefully Bosa back, Williams back, and the pieces I've added. But no, thanks for having me on. I always enjoy doing this stuff with you guys. So thank you very much.
Wonderful, Paul. We always appreciate you coming on and giving us your time. So, yeah, make sure to go check out 49 Fair for UK, especially if you're a Niner fan, and especially if you're based in the UK. Go check out their events. Always a blast, and just try and make sure you don't go when Paul Redmond's going because you might not win. But appreciate you as always, Paul, and go check them out. Cheers, mate.
Thanks, Sam.